AskReddit. What is one of the saddest things you've done to avoid socializing? Used to live with super outgoing roommates. When I heard people come over, I'd take a shower, get dressed like I was going somewhere, get in my car, drive to go get food somewhere, then sit in the parking lot eating my food and listening to music for a few hours. They actually used to complain I was always too busy to hang out with them. I was extremely shy growing up and had a hard time making friends. I moved school districts in 8th grade, and when I went to high school, I had to go to a different school than all of my other classmates. I was really quiet kid, and for some reason this made some of the kids pick on me the first day, calling me retarded and insinuating that I didn't know how to talk. This really pissed me off, but I hate confrontation. So I panicked and started signing to him. I had learned ASL a while ago because one of my friends in elementary school was hearing impaired. This shut him up really fast. Then everyone thought I was hearing impaired. For the rest of high school, my teachers knew I wasn't, and they didn't say anything. Eventually they even played along because I was a good student and kept my head down. I even bought a hearing aid online to help explain the fact that I could actually understand what people were saying, even when they weren't facing me. Honestly, it was so awesome for me as an introverted kid. I look back on that and laugh now, because most of the time you can't pay me to shut up. Taking a much longer route that people you know will never be on. Peeing in a bottle in my bedroom so I wouldn't have to walk by the people in my living room to get to the bathroom. I used to be able to make myself puke simply by eating too much cheese. So if I didn't want to go somewhere, I would eat a lot of cheese and have to cancel the plans. I think the worst of it is just outright lying to my friends. I know they'd be fine with me just saying nah, I'm antisocial as fuck and don't wanna go out, but I feel compelled to make up some bullshit anyway. Pro tip, say you appreciate the invite every time. Because even if you don't go, the other person knows it makes you happy to be invited, so it makes them more likely to continue. Just make sure you actually hang at some point, so you're showing you appreciate it. Lived with one other roommate. He thought I had a part-time job in the evenings, which I didn't. I used to listen quietly to a little TV with headphones in my room all night. Did not venture into the common areas. Think I remember peeing into bottles also. I just wanted him to think I was at work and did not want to socialize in any way with him. Once he went to bed, I came out of my room quietly, went to the front door, made noise, and pretended to come home. This sounds like the setup for a bit on a sitcom. One of my housemates used to be like Paul Lamb the Invisible Man as well. I never saw him in 18 months. Dishes would randomly appear. I'd hear the shower late at night. He would pretend to go out, but sneak back to his room. We all knew. We just couldn't be bothered bringing it up and never had the chance. Couple of weeks ago, had a complete and utter panic attack in a church. Found an unoccupied room, locked the door, turned the lights out, and sat on the floor in a ball, wedged between a couch and fake tree, until I could calm down a bit and do grounding exercises. Took nearly an hour. I always look for animals at networking events that I can socialize with instead of with people. I look for parents with babies and ask to hold them. I'm a babysitter of 6 years and nanny of 18 months, and holding a baby is honestly the best excuse to just hang out quietly in a dark corner. If they fall asleep, you can just sit down and hold them, and if anyone tries to talk to you, you can just tell them to be quiet so they don't wake up the baby. Sometimes I panic and drive 6 hours to another state. I would also like to know how someone drives into another state in a panic. Yeah, I know, for future reference, so I can do the same. I just hop in my car, fill up the tank, then drive away hysterical. By the time I calm down, I'm more than halfway there, so I don't feel like turning around. I will literally physically go out of my way not to talk to people that I know will try to start a conversation with me. Some examples. Whenever I'm about to leave work at the same time the guy next to me is, he'll just sit there pretending to work on something until he is gone, so we don't walk out together. If I see someone just far enough behind me to miss the elevator, if I call it and spam the close door button, he'll start fast walking as soon as I turn the corner to the elevator and do just that. If there's not enough distance between us, I'll walk the 3 flights of stairs instead. Quickly. If I'm going down the stairs to leave and hear the door on the floor below me open, someone else leaving, I'll stop on the stairs and let them get down a flight so we don't have to say hello in the stairwell. If I'm on my way to the bathroom and I see someone enter who will likely start up a conversation with me in there, I have a fake phone conversation outside of the bathroom or hide behind a nearby half wall until I hear them leave the bathroom and then go in. If I see the car of the receptionist who likes to talk to me in the parking lot, I'll walk around the building and enter through the facility's side door instead of passing by her desk in the main lobby. If someone is already at the printer that I need to use, I will pass by and act like him on the way to a meeting until I hear their print job stop. Then I'll turn around and print instead of the BS small talk at the printer. Herder, how many trees you killing? Herder. Hard to believe I have any friends, isn't it? This is me. I also bought a coffee machine and fill a flask in the morning, so I never have to use the canteen at work. I always pretend to text as I walk, especially when walking down long corridors, and there's someone walking towards me. Makes me feel all kinds of sick. My social anxiety is kind of location specific. Work, office. Just don't feel like myself there, but I have to work and actually like the work I do, but the office environment is sickening. Hiding in the bathroom. I did this during lunch my entire junior and senior year of high school. Got a lot of reading done. This thread is dredging up some sad and painful memories for me. I did the same thing. If there wasn't an available computer in the library or something I could keep myself busy with, there was a bathroom stall I'd just go sit in and either read, or eat my lunch, or just wait until I had class. Knowing I'm not the only one is sort of nice, but also kind of not really. Learned just enough sign language that, if anybody tried to talk to me, I could just sign some random words/phrases, and they'd leave me alone. I then became terrified of running into someone who actually knew ASL and them calling my bluff. To be clear, at no point did I ever claim to be deaf or mute. I live in the South where strangers are way too friendly and will talk to anyone, no matter how uncomfortable they are, and wanted a way out. I've thought about learning sign language for this reason. What would you do if someone actually started signing back, excited to engage in a signing conversation with you? Just suck it up and talk to them, or cut your losses and run. The only solution is to accidentally break all your fingers right in front of them, so you have an excuse not to socialize. Going to the grocery store and seeing how full the parking lot and just turning around and going back home. Best thing I found out for while you are working on lowering your anxiety is to find a grocery store that is open 24/7 and then go late at night if you are able. A lot less people and a lot less anxiety. Not sure if this counts as socializing, but oh well. This happened 2 months ago. I'm on my school's science Olympiad team and we were all going in a van that my coach was driving. I'm scared to talk to him as he seems intimidating, and his jokes are so dry it's hard to tell if he's joking, and, paired with my fear that if I do something wrong I'll be screamed at and the fact that I don't know anyone on the team at all, the drive was fun. Yeah, right. I was the last one in the van and apparently I closed the door halfway, closed enough that if I pushed on it, it wouldn't open, but open enough that it made this loud noise. My coach asks, "Is the door shut?" And I said yup, scared as fuck. He kind of shrugs then keeps driving. I'm in full on panic mode because I'm in a car with 10 other kids I don't know who are all my senior and a coach that I'm scared of. So what do? I use all of my strength to hold the door the rest of the way shut for the hour-long drive, which was mostly on the freeway at 60+ mph. Yup, amazing idea. At one point, my arm was so tired that I had to support it with my other arm. Worked like a charm. No one got mad at me. The door wasn't loud, but I couldn't write for an hour afterward because I had strained my arm so bad. Told everyone at work I was going out of town/vacationing to see some friends for a week 2 years ago. I had ended a 5-year relationship where I was engaged and had a panic attack just about every day. I managed to get him to move out of the place with some help, and within 3 months he was dating someone new. It was the most toxic relationship I had ever been in, and didn't realize how much he had me on lockdown. How bad the abuse and manipulation was. How he was always screaming. Screaming was my normal. Watching him break things I loved or made normal. I literally was a shell of who I used to be, and I couldn't even speak a full sentence without breaking down. I spent the whole week just trying to function normally at my place. I went through my clothes, what I owned, wondering what the hell happened to my hobbies, and just everything was gone. He broke everything I ever made. I put my phone on silent and just had a week of silence with my dog. I lived with a bunch of super emotional, super talkative people once. I enjoyed their company some of the time. However, when things got awkward, I'd hide in my room, lock the door, and just not eat or drink until I absolutely had to, so I wouldn't have to see them. They could be quite catty. TLDR, starvation.